Okay, so it's time to start adding some details to this head. And I've noticed that I'm a little bit off with the profile shape of the face. So I might go into vertex mode, just start grabbing a couple of these and pulling in a little bit. It'll help if I turn my live surface off. Maybe I'll use a little bit of soft select. Just like that. And that might give me a slightly nicer facial shape. So I've got options for the mouth and the eyelids. I think I'll start with the eyelids because that's going to be the more unusual option for you. For this shape, I'm not going to use quad draw. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take some of these edges and I'm going to start beveling them. Maybe I'll start with this one. When you bevel an edge, what that does is it creates new edges around the edge that you've just made. I might go so far as to do 3 of them and maybe make the fraction a little bit smaller. That in turn will create a crease shape. So if I go to 3 mode now, you'll see that I have a very pronounced crease around this eye. That's fine. What I can do with that is I can take it and I can start really shaping out the form of the eye as opposed to just kind of this general shape. So if I think that the back corner of the eye kind of creases maybe a little bit this way, you'll note that I've moved over to the other side of my image, and that's because this is a point at which the color really starts getting in my way. Suddenly I can't see the face anymore. So I might drag a few of these around and then say, you know, these aren't really shaping up to the image either. Maybe they need to get a little bit closer. Again, I'm not going to mess much with the tear duct. So I'm just going to kind of generally shape out the form of the eye crease. Maybe something like that. Every now and then, it's always good to check out 3 mode and see what's happening, and you'll see that every change I make is going to make that a little tiny bit more pronounced. But that's fine, because what it also means I can do is take this section that I've got here, and you may recall that earlier I made an eyeball. I think I've only got one and it's over here. Oh, look at those nasty changes that I've made. I told you to remind me not to do that. And did you remind me? No, you didn't. It's okay, I don't blame you. I'm just going to maybe pull this back in a little. Right, that's the change I made. I moved the entire eye socket back. Okay, that's better. I'm going to take this left eye and Control D to duplicate. I'm just going to translate it X to the negative of whatever its translate X was. That's going to give me the right side of the eyeball. So I can call this my right eyeball. That should be RT. Now I've got both of them, so I'll be able to see them both. So with the base of the crease sorted out, I can come in and in edge mode, take this edge here and extrude it. I'm going to do 3 extrusions. My first one, I might just do a little bit of offset. Maybe we'll do a 0.2. And that did not do what I wanted at all. Let's move this back to 1 mode so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, that's going to get me a little shelf around the eye. That looks nice. Maybe I'll do less of an offset. There we go. That looks like the basis for the outside of my eyelid. I'm going to extrude a second time. And this one, I'm going to pull kind of up like this, and that's going to form the inside of the eyelid. You might want to do this in 2 or 3 motions. I'll leave it with 1 for now because I'm never going to animate this face. But this is another really good time for me to go through. Take my vertices, give them a little tweak, any place that I think that they're poking through the eyeball, because you really want your lid to stay outside of the eyeball. You also kind of want this to stay nice and even, so you've got the same thickness of eyelid all the way around. And now that I've got that set up, I can take this edge here, and I'm going to bevel this one too. And what that should do is it should just give me a slightly harder edge to that lid area. And with any luck, that'll be it for me. I think I may have overdone this outer edge a little bit, so I'll take that and Control Delete it, and that'll get rid of some of the creasing. But if you're working on someone with a very developed eye crease, it can be good for you to have some of that distance. If you think that you need more, you can always use Insert Edge Loop or Multicut to just put in a little crease, maybe right there. Just take that and pull that back a touch, and that'll give you a more developed eye crease. That one looks pretty nasty. I might go back in with my quad draw and just relax some of that and see what I can do. Or I could just take out my nasty crease that I added. That would also be okay. So that's the basic for adding an eyelid. And just remember, I've barely done any vertex moving at this point, but you can come in through here and take, these and say, well, the upper lid should have a crease here. I'll just take these vertices and pull them back, and that'll give me the crease that I need for the upper lid. Maybe the lower lid has a pronounced crease here. Maybe I'm going to pull that in for the lower lid. And if you feel that you need more detail in any one area, don't hesitate to go through and add more vertices, check out what you've done, and then go back and adjust. So I'm going to leave this here, and when I come back I will move on and try to make some lips.